Alright, earlier in the week, I uploaded a review for the Precious Scars, so today is an updated review. And like the title of that video, things change. In the very start of that video, I said that things were off with this exotic, that I didn't believe things were working properly, and I was right. But within that video, I wanted to show the revive part was working really well in trials and revive game modes. Because when stasis came out, it was in full force. The overshield that you got from the revive was hard countered. Not now, it works really good in trials. I used it all weekend. And at the end of the video, I want to give a quick recap of that shield, what it all does, to tie it all together. But the core of this video is to talk about how this perk is now working correctly. In recent patch notes, fix an issue where the Precious Scars was not correctly restoring player shields on matching weapon kills. Before, it was only working when your shields were broke in red health. Not anymore, and as I get into this, there's also a couple really cool things that I found out. Things that make this even better. When matching weapon kills to your subclass, I estimate you're getting about 45 total health back. It's more than 43, definitely less than 50. The exact number could be 45, 46, 47, but I think it's 45. That's pretty healthy after a kill. And keep in mind, I'm gonna compare this to Crimson and OEM a little bit later. This is a chunk. It's almost like Devour. No matter what happens, it can't be stopped. You're gonna chunk 45 to yourself and things around you. So to keep things extremely basic and easy to understand, let's say your Guardian has 200 total health. And with 200 health on your actual health bar, you have about 104 shields, 96 health. Because with your shields, even if your resilience is lower, they're just always gonna be a couple more points than your actual health. But on this bar, the red area is where you get into your actual health. So about a quarter of this bar is just that health. That's that 96. The other part is gonna be the shields, that 100, 104 area. It's not directly in half. One side isn't 100 health, the other side isn't the other 100. So keep this in mind. When you get kills, it's gonna look like a lot more on the right side of the bar than on the left side of the bar. Because when you're in red health, the bar doesn't move that much, but it's still a lot of health because how the overall health is divided. With the update, it does cross the gap of health and shields. It can go past that line. Before it never did. You could be in red, it would go past that shield line and then give you those shields. This is a really good buff for it, and there's some cool things that you can do. I do recommend this for trials and definitely for GMs, and here's why. Well, first, there is a cap on it. There's a cooldown before you can get it to proc again, because let's be real, if you're able to just constantly get 45 health per kill, you'd be near unstoppable. It has about a 3-second cooldown from when you get that first kill, and then reproc it again. I did multiple tests, and none of them I was able to proc it before 3 seconds. All of them were just 3 or a little after 3. As far as weapons go, since there is that delay, things like Reservoir Burst, Sunshot, Graviton, all of them have that spreading area of effect. So after you get that first kill, all the collaterals do not count for health. I suppose if it is very long, a long chain of the AoE, it could proc after the 3 seconds. So you can use any weapon matching your subclass to get that health. That's an Osmosis Kinetic, an Energy, a heavy weapon, but it's also worth noting that on a solar subclass, Firefly does proc. You could be running a solar weapon, let's say Merciless, getting health on those kills. And when you get a Fatebringer collateral with Firefly, that's gonna do it as well. But the best part, and the part that's GM ready, is this. First of all, unlike before, the 45 health that you now get, it does spread to teammates. So in trials, in strikes, in GMs, if people are 15 meters and within, you're also gonna throw them the 45 health. That's a part of the healing. The best part though, is even though when you have on Precious Scars, you get that kill, get 45, you throw 45 to your surrounding teammates, you have that 3-second cooldown until you can do it again. However, if another player or multiple players have on Precious Scars, they stack, they can bounce off of each other. So you can get a kill, get the 45 health, throw 45 health to your surrounding teammates. When they get a kill with the helmet on, they're gonna throw you 45. So the more of these that you have, the more beneficial it's gonna be to your fire team. The exotic wants you to be together. Think harder content, you guys pushing up or being in a well wherever it is. The Titan is healing with just weapon kills, and that's important. A Rift, a healing grenade is one thing, but constant health chunks using any weapon that matches your subclass is a completely different thing. And when you're all close together, you're doing that healing part. Double heal if another Titan has on Precious Scars. And if someone goes down, you have the main part of the exotic, the mobile overshield. To me, this sounds pretty strong. It felt really strong. And when GMs come up raids with multiple players around, multiple players doing this, it looks good. There's a lot of survivability with the health chunks and a lot of survivability when a revive happens. And something to keep in mind with that health chunk, it is a chunk, meaning it's going to be an instant thing like Devour. It doesn't have a slow ramp up and it can't be stopped. It just happens. It's a good heal. So for a Titan in PvE, is it better than, let's say, Ursa, Crest, Saint 14? I say yes, it could be. It's a Titan healer, and it's even better when multiple Titans or even just one other has on that helmet. Just like how the more Stag Warlocks you have, the more you can keep a chain going and help each other out. One with an empowering, one with a healing rift, and have a lot of benefit. For this though, the direct line, defining line, is the chunk of health. For something like One-Eyed Mask, it's more of a selfish exotic, of course. And with OAM, if you do isolate a 1v1 in PvP or a PvE enemy that you've highlighted from far away, you can get the kill, get safe, and watch that health and shields go up. But with OAM, if you aren't able to get away and you're popped immediately by something else, after proccing that perk, it's just all gonna stop. With Precious Scars, it is a guaranteed chunk. So in 6v6 as a solo player, sure, OAM, but in a more team-oriented activity, Scars is going to be better for a setup because you're healing, you're throwing health, and in those activities, the revive shield is important when you pick up players or when a player picks you up. As it stands, that health chunk in PvP from Precious Scars in a game-to-game basis has shown up. Earlier in that review, I said I went through multiple clips and I couldn't find a single one where it saved me. Well, I have. With something like Vex and its damage bonus after you get the first kill, if I was touched in that first gunfight, I'm gonna heal a good amount of that. And it can and will be the difference between someone just one-tapping you with a hand cannon because you're in lower health or saving you from that one tap. And it isn't tied to Vex. You can use anything, sniping from afar, a sidearm, SMG shotgun, anything matching. And honestly, for PvE, Risk Runner would be great with it because if you can get that Risk Runner to proc, that's a lot of chaining, you get some damage resistance, and you're getting health. It's now in a spot where you can build craft. We still have things like Wells, charged with light, with protective light, and so on. And within an activity, you can play a number of Titan subclasses. The top tree and middle tree Sentinel are really gonna be solid with it, but that isn't to say you can't use middle tree Arc and more. When it comes to the Overshield, I did test if anything changed when you get a revive from it, and no, nothing has changed. The Precious Scars Overshield grants 100 Overshield. When you get a basic revive, you get an Overshield. It gives around 53. Still, for whatever reason, if a Titan has max resilience, or let's just say 200 health, the Titan is the only one that's getting the revive shield and the Precious Scar shield. So the 53 from base and the 100. So pretty much 150 total extra health, 350 total. The revived player doesn't get that regular revive shield. They only get the Precious Scar 100. So the revived player gets 300 total, the Titan gets 350. Since this does now give health on kills, I'm all in on it. I liked it before the change with the revive working well, but think about all the times like on Burning Shrine, you're in library or on any map where your fire team is close and they're team shotting. You can get a kill and save a death from your teammate when you give them that 45 health. And if they go down, you still have your barricade, you still have your revive for that powerful mobile overshield that your enemy has to deal with. I do like it. I don't really have a bad thing to say about it. It is extremely team focused. Like I said, OEM is the 6v6 pick, but Scars takes a stop in revive and 3v3. Also when it comes to higher end PvE activities. And as a reminder, this is going to be amazing for attrition in PvE. Even more so now, because attrition, again, it's the modifier where your health and shields revive slowly at a turtle's pace. This is going to bypass that. It's going to get you health, your teammates' health, and you're going to recover after that. And that's just on weapon kills. So even if you're doing like a Lost Sector solo and the attrition modifier is on, this can work for you Titans out there when it has that modifier. I'm very interested to see how this is going to do in higher level play. It's all there to work with. Your team's gonna need to be close to you and you to them. So finally, I think that this helmet can truly shine. Multiple Scars users have a ton of survivability, given the health bump to each other. I like it, I'm going to use it, and I'm also currently exploring more builds and pairings. I hope you do too. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. And if you're looking for a new controller, I am partnered with Scuff Gaming. Use the link down below and my code COOL at checkout for a discount. And it kind of sucks that I did put out a detailed review like 3-4 days ago, and a lot of that review was just saying how bad the health and shields were, and I did feel that it wasn't working correctly, but I'm glad that it's fixed and it's doing quite well. There's a huge difference from where it was even just a couple days ago to now. I would like to hear your thoughts on it though. If you have a fire team and you're doing Nightfalls right now, have you and a teammate put on this helmet and try it out. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.